In Season 2 of The Boys, Homelander begins training his son Ryan on his superhero abilities, much to the dismay of Becca. Meanwhile, Homelander is also butting heads with his boss, Vought CEO Stan Edgar, who places a new hero, Stormfront, in the Seven. It turns out Stormfront and Homelander were actually a perfect match, as Stormfront is secretly a white supremacist who uses her powers to support and promote her racist agenda. Homelander and Stormfront enter into a relationship, and the two begin bringing out the worst in each other. Elsewhere in the Seven, the Deep desperately wants to earn his spot back on the roster and joins the Scientology-like Church of the Collective to help rehab his image, which includes an arranged marriage to a woman named Cassandra. A-Train's Compound V addiction and withdrawals have weakened his powers, and he's kicked off the team, leading him to also join the church. Queen Maeve begins to feel guilty over her complicity in Vought's villainous actions and starts looking for ways to take down her employers. In an attempt to keep Maeve in line, Homelander publicly reveals her relationship with a woman named Elena. And then there's Annie, who continues to work with Hughie to expose Vought's corruption. Annie leaks to the public that Vought was using Compound V to create superheroes. Elsewhere, the titular boys have become wanted fugitives after Butcher is blamed for Madeline Stillwell's death. They learn about a new superpowered terrorist on the loose and try to get help from their CIA contact Raynor, but the agent's head explodes as she is murdered by an unknown superpowered villain. Butcher makes a deal with Mallory to capture the terrorist in exchange for her giving him information on Becca's location. The boys discover the terrorist is actually Kimiko's brother Kenji. While attempting to bring Kenji to the CIA, Homelander and Stormfront attack, resulting in Stormfront killing Kenji and several other innocent civilians. Stan Edgar blames the deaths and destruction on Kenji, using the event as proof of the Seven's necessity, and blames Compound V on rogue scientists working for Stillwell. Mallory provides Butcher with Becca's location, but when he tries to rescue her, she refuses to leave without Ryan, whom Butcher doesn't accept. Mallory also gives the boys information on a superhero named Liberty. It turns out Liberty was actually Stormfront, who was much older than she appeared. She was the widow of Vought founder Frederick Vought, and the first to be injected with Compound V, making her the world's first superhero. Oh, and she was also a Nazi who socialized with Hitler. Annie teams up with the boys as they follow a lead to the mysterious Sage Grove Psychiatric Hospital. There, the group discovers that Vought was attempting to stabilize Compound V in adult subjects. They recover a bunch of incriminating evidence and even capture former Seven member Lamplighter, who was working at the hospital and overseeing the captive superpowered patients. The boys take Lamplighter to Mallory, who has long sought revenge on the Soup for killing her family. Lamplighter shows remorse and agrees to testify against Vought in court, causing Mallory to spare his life. For her involvement with the boys, Vought has Annie arrested and placed into a superpowered prison cell. Hughie convinces Lamplighter to join him in infiltrating Vought to rescue her, but once inside, Lamplighter instead kills himself. Starlight manages to break out of her cell and escapes with an assist from Maeve. Without Lamplighter as a witness, Butcher convinces Dr. Vogelbaum to testify against Vought. The boys and Mallory team up with Congresswoman Victoria Newman to take down Vought in court. But during the hearing, the mysterious superpowered assassin strikes again, exploding the heads of Vogelbaum and several other attendees. Hughie and Annie try to convince Maeve to testify against Vought, but she refuses. A-Train then helps them expose Stormfront's Nazi past to the public, believing Stormfront's removal from the Seven would help him rejoin. Homelander and Stormfront pay Becca and Ryan a visit to manipulate Ryan to leave his mother and join them. A distraught Becca begs for Butcher to rescue her son, which he agrees to do. Butcher makes a deal with Edgar, promising to bring Ryan to him. Edgar would get to use Ryan as a means to better control Homelander, while in return Edgar would also exonerate the boys and allow Becca to be with Butcher. The boys devise a plan to save Ryan, setting off a sonic device to distract Homelander. After rescuing Ryan, Butcher has a change of heart and asks MM to take Becca and Ryan to the CIA, betraying Stan Edgar. Stormfront attacks the group, but Annie and Kimiko team up to fight the race's supervillain. Maeve even arrives to help in the fight, but Stormfront manages to escape. Stormfront confronts Becca, prompting Ryan to use his laser eyes for the first time to save his mother. Ryan amputates all of Stormfront's limbs, but also accidentally leaves his mother with a fatal wound. As Becca dies, Butcher promises that he'd protect Ryan and ensure he grew up to be a hero, unlike his father, Homelander. Speaking of Homelander, the villain arrives to take back Ryan, but Butcher stands in his way. Before Homelander can kill Butcher, Maeve arrives, threatening to expose Homelander's role in abandoning a plane full of innocent civilians during a terrorist attack. This allows Butcher to escape with Ryan, who turns the child over to Mallory and the CIA to ensure his protection. Stan Edgar then holds a press conference, blaming the attack at the Senate hearing on Stormfront and announcing that the production and release of Compound V was indefinitely paused, leading to the boys being cleared of all charges. Annie and A-Train are allowed back into the Seven, frustrating the Deep, who then leaves the Church of the Collective. Congresswoman Victoria Newman creates the Federal Bureau of Superhuman Affairs to keep superpowered individuals in check, with her first official employee being Hughie. As the season comes to a close, it's revealed that Newman is actually the superpowered assassin, as she explodes the head of Church of the Collective leader Alistair Adana upon learning of his plans to expose dirt on dozens of superheroes.